zijn een assassong.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Episode 467. It's Thursday, February 14th, 2013, Valentine's Day, 6 p.m. Pacific Time, Internet Talk Radio for your imagination. Mike Matthews broadcasting from the last place on earth, located somewhere in Podcastro Valley, California. Today we hear from Chely Shoehart, Floyd the Floorman, John Deere the engineer, plus the segment Mike's Cassette Cubbyhole, featuring an interview I did with a country singer who had a #1 hit and then vanished. Mike's Daily Podcast. And in a study released today, psychiatric medication you flush down the toilet that ends up in the ocean might cause damage. Mike's Daily Podcast. They say that it may affect the behavior and feeding patterns of the fish. Anti-anxiety medicine can cause them to wish that they were relaxing on a couch because they became less social, though they were also more active and ate faster. That's a mouthful of kelp or whatever it is that they eat. It can have long-term consequences. Mike's Daily Podcast on aquatic ecosystems, but you might as well flush them down the toilet anyway if you're being attacked by the police. Oh, that's offensive. Mike's No, you probably shouldn't daily do that at all. You should recycle them the proper way. Yeah! And now there are ways to recycle medication. You can take it somewhere they have like medication pickups or drop-off days at certain places, so seek those out. But be kind to the fish. Look who just walked in.
Oh, my goodness, it's Chely Shoehart, the job supervisor. I feel really bad about those fish.
Well, you can also feel bad for the fish because during Lent, a lot of fish get eaten on Fridays.
Oh no, my goodness, it's like so terrible.
And in other medication news, the Food and Drug Administration approved the first treatment to give limited vision to people who are blind, involving a technology called the artificial retina.
Oh, that's so wonderful, Mike Matthews. I think that everybody should see this show.
They should see this show?
Yeah.
No, they shouldn't see this show for various reasons. And besides, isn't it so much funner to listen to it?
No.
Well, just think how much worse it would be to watch it. Oh, look who else just walked in. Hello, Mike. This is Floyd the Floorman.
And this is John Deere the engineer. Mike, that's very true. When I tell people that I am on your daily podcast, they say, a podcast? Is that something I can watch on the internet? And I tell them, no, it's something you listen to.
Yes, thanks for clarifying that, John Deere the engineer, for those people. That's very helpful.
No, not really, because they actually fall asleep by the time I'm done explaining it.
Oh, darn. Mike, and then I say something to them and they wake up! Imagine that.
Mike Matthews, I'm imagining all the fish swimming in the ocean and absorbing all that anti-anxiety medicine.
Yes, and what's happening, Chely?
They're able to see again.
No, that's a different medication. Two different stories.
Yes, Chely, the artificial retina is a sheet of electrodes implanted in the eye.
Wow, that's like so cool.
Mike, when I had my laser eye surgery, it kind of felt like I was getting a brand new retina. Is that why you squint all the time? No, Chely, it's because I'm always smiling. No, I'm Mike. Oh, I couldn't see you very well. I was squinting! And screaming. Squinting and screaming. Well, if you are concerned about the fish sucking in all that anti-anxiety medicine, but you wish that fish would also get the artificial retinas, wait a minute. I think we're mixing up stories. You can comment at mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. Also email me there if you'd like to be a guest on the show or if you'd like to sponsor the show. Your comments we read on the segment Emails from Email. Check out the website, mikesdailypodcast.com. Check it out. You know why? It's like a library. You can check it out. Or you can just open it on your computer or whatever. And it's also available to open on your mobile phones. It's mikesdailypodcast.com. Go there to find the link to find where you can listen to us in iTunes. And subscribe to us in iTunes. More people find out about us. And you can rank the show as well as comment on this show in iTunes. More people find out about us if you do that. And you can get the latest Mike's Daily Podcast sent directly to you when we do a new one. Mostly every day. That's why the name Daily Podcast. And you can also find out where to like this show on Facebook, where to Yelp about the show, how to follow us on Twitter, and where to find us on YouTube as well, where we do have something that you can watch. So I guess, John Deere, the engineer, you were sort of wrong when you were telling your friends that and making them fall asleep.
That's okay, I don't care.
All right, well, wonderful. I just headbutted the microphone. Ouch.
Do it again, Mike Matthews.
No. That would be the link to YouTube where you can listen to the show and watch the show on YouTube at mikesdailypodcast.com. That's also where you can read the blog and check out the podcast picture of the day, mikesdailypodcast.com.
Mike's Cassette Cubbyhole.
It was June 27th, 2001, almost 11 years ago, that I spoke with a country singer named Cindy Thompson. The beautiful Cindy was at the time promoting her new album, My World, and the song, What I Really Meant to Say. That song ended up becoming the first number one of her career and subsequently her only number one. But it was one of those records that was broken where she became one of the few female solo country artists that gets a number one song on her first single. A couple other people did that, Faith Hill and Trisha Yearwood. And the group Diamond Rio did that as well. But they're not women, so never mind. Here's another part of our interview. Cindy Thompson and I from 2001, and I was a little bit taken by her beauty. It was very distracting sitting across from her and talking to her. But fun at the same time, and she has an amazing speaking voice as well as singing voice. Oh, and here's a little bit of the song that made her popular and was her only number one hit.
What I really meant to say.
Ring a bell? No? Check out the video. I'm sure you can find it on YouTube now. And without any further ado, Cindy Thompson.
Thank you for having me.
You're an inspiration to many people. Is there anybody you would like to perform with sometime? Like if you could do a duet or,
Trisha Yearwood.
Trisha Yearwood?
Actually, I'm opening for her 4 dates.
Get out!
No, I couldn't believe it either. I still can't. And I don't. Actually, the end of next week, I'm performing. I'm opening for her. I cannot believe it.
Cindy, I don't know if you can believe how many fans that you have. There are so many people that are so into you right now.
Really?
You could see tonight at the listener appreciation party how many people showed up. That they love you to
Really?
death. So
Wow.
So
That's weird. It's amazing, but it's just strange because I still feel like I'm Cindy from Georgia, and I am that. But it's just I don't think any of this has hit me yet.
Really? Mm-mm. Well, I'm. One day it will hit you, and you may start to go a little like overload. Like there's so many people that want a piece of me. I just want to live in a cave somewhere for a little bit. And that's okay to do that. Natalie Maines is doing that right now. She needs her time away.
Yeah, you need to have a little bit of a life, and have. I want to get married and have babies and kind of be Southern too, So I think they'll. Hopefully, this will be successful, but and within that, I'll have some time to be normal.
Is that really being Southern? Is having babies?
No, I just said that to be cute. Was it cute?
It was.
I want to have a big family. So.
Big, really? Like 8 or 9?
No, about 3 or 4 children, which is a big family these days.
Wow.
Especially if you're on the road and you're doing this kind of life. That's a big family.
But not with a baseball player.
No.
But still find someone.
Nothing against baseball players.
You might end up with a cute country singing guy.
I'm kind of seeing somebody right now.
Oh. Well, I've spoken out of turn. Will you apologize? Will you forgive me?
I will totally forgive you. No, you're totally fine. You're funny though about the baseball player thing. I don't want anybody to get offended because baseball players are cute, and there's a lot of nice guys out there and that play baseball, and no offense at all towards that.
I'm sure none was taken.
Okay, good.
Cindy, can I play you a song to take us out of this fine interview that we've had with you tonight here at the KH Santa Fe Cafe?
Yes, you can. Will you play Born to Fly by Sarah Evans?
Written by Marcus Hummin and Sarah herself. Have you written with Marcus yet?
I am writing with Marcus at the end of August. I am
kidding.
So excited because Marcus is one of my favorites. He wrote Cowboy Take Me Away with Marty, and he's just, come on.
Ready to Run, too.
So many songs. Crazy. He's awesome.
Okay, well, you say hi to him for me.
I will.
I'm a big fan of his, and even liked his solo album stuff, so Cool. Well, thank you very much, Cindy Thompson.
Thank you.
For coming to the Santa Fe Cafe.
And that song by Sarah Evans, Born to Fly, also went to number 1. But Cindy Thompson mentioning Trisha Yearwood, that she was so excited to be opening for her. And there she was, just like Trisha Yearwood. She had a number 1 as her first single as a female solo artist, just like Trisha Yearwood did with the song She's in Love with the Boy. Cindy Thompson did with What I Really Meant to Say. It's interesting when she said that she couldn't believe all the people that were showing how much they enjoyed her music, and I told her that it would get to her one day, and it did get to her one day, and that's why she left country music. She had released 3 more songs after the What I Really Meant to Say song, and she decided to quit, go behind the scenes, start a family with a musician/producer by the name of Daniel Goodman. She married him in 2002 after she said that she was walking away from her recording career. She has since put out another album that had 5 songs on it, and she's written other songs for other country artists. But there you go. From Mike's Cassette Cubbyhole. Thank you for putting up with the cassette quality. And that was an interview from 11 years ago with the legendary Cindy Thompson, who you probably had no idea about until I told you about her today. See what you learn on this show as we go outside the last place on earth where we bring you Mike's Daily Podcast, somewhere in Podcastro Valley, California.
And here's today's podcast picture.
By the way, you can hear the other 2 parts of that interview on the website, mikesdailypodcast.com. Up on the top there, along the border, under the top banner, at the top of the menu, you see interviews and songs, and then you see Cubbyhole. Click on Cubbyhole, and that takes you to Mike's Cassette Cubbyhole, where you can find the past interviews that I did with Cindy Thompson. So that's also mikesdailypodcast.com, where you can see the podcast picture, and the picture is of a Google self-driving car that I happened to be sharing the road with in Oakland recently. And there it was, driving along. I was like, what is that? And you know what? There were actually 2 guys in the car, in the driver's seat and the passenger seat, driving along. So I guess they were there in case of an emergency, in case the car got something wrong. But I had heard about the Google self-driving car, and then I actually saw it. And I was amazed that it was driving in the fast lane. I wonder if that's something that's a stipulation. It has to drive in the fast lane in order for it to work, because the computer needs to have that, safety of being in the far left and not dealing with all the wackos on the right-hand side of the freeway. I don't know.
Mike Matthews, I heard that Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson are going to do a movie where they're Google interns.
Yes, I'm looking forward to that.
Why?
Wedding Crashers.
Why? What's that?
That's a movie that they did. That's like the last movie that they did together. And they were so funny together. I enjoyed their chemistry. It was a lot of fun.
Owen Wilson has an interesting nose.
Don't point out people's interesting noses. That's not nice. Etiquette, Chely, etiquette.
No, I'm saying I kind of like it.
All right. Mike, I just bought a Cindy Thompson album, and I really enjoyed it. It's too bad that she stopped making music. Why? Because I'm Floyd the Floorman. That's not a reason. No, but I like to listen to her while I'm listening to my Walkman. You have a Walkman? Yeah, I listen to it while I'm mopping the floor. Oh no! Why did I drop it in the bucket? Why are you mopping? We're outside. You're mopping the ground.
Mike, Floyd the Floorman can't handle criticism.
He apparently can't handle new technology either, because they stopped making the Walkman 50 years ago.
I miss the Walkman.
Here, Chely, I'll give you mine. Leave it in the bucket, Floyd. Okay. Tomorrow we will bring you the segment News Random, plus we'll hear from Benita, the disgruntled fiddle player, and the brewmaster.
I feel really bad about those fish.
Those what?
Fish.
Oh.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at mikesdailypodcast.com. Email Mike now at mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye!